Now what next? The next thing is, against this purchase order, we will be having the goods receipt. Okay, so we will be having the goods receipt against this purchase order. So what we will do, we will go to the T code MIGO. So let me just go to the presentation and show you. See, we had the purchase order ME21N. Now the goods receipt will be the MIGO, and at goods receipt level, accounting entry will get generated. Now, what is the accounting entry which gets generated at goods receipt level? Goods receipt is happening, but there is no invoice receipt. Okay, earlier also we discussed, we consider goods receipt is prior to the invoice receipt. So once goods receipt is done, then the invoice is entered, not prior to that. Invoice is not entered prior to the goods receipt. So at goods receipt level, only the goods have been received, the invoice is not yet received, so the vendor is not into picture because the invoice is not yet received. So what you do, raw materials account gets debited and GRIR clearing account gets credited because it is a reconciliation account. Okay, this entry gets reversed, the GRIR gets debited when the invoice is received and then vendor is credited. But at this moment, at the goods receipt level, MIGO, the raw material account gets debited to GRIR clearing account. Okay, so I will go directly to T code MIGO. Remember, our purchase order is 21000018. Okay, I will go to T code MIGO and I will click on enter. Once I click on enter, it will take me to the goods receipt. Okay, now what is important to see over here, you can see it is goods receipt. Okay, on the right hand side, just at the right hand side corner, just see what is mentioned. It is receipt. It is showing goods receipt 101. What is this 101? If you remember, we discussed about the movement types. Every goods received is accompanied with a movement type. Whenever goods is received against a purchase order, movement type is 101. Okay, if it is delivered to the finished goods, you have different types of movement types. If it is issued to a cost center, movement type is 201. Issued to an internal order, you have a different type of movement type. So every movement type is associated with a, sorry, every goods movement is associated with a movement type. In this case, goods receipt against a purchase order, the movement type is 101. Okay, that's the very first thing. Okay, fine. Now what it is asking, it is asking for a purchase order. Okay, so we need to enter our purchase order. What is our purchase order? We need to enter that, and then only we will be able to process further. 21000018. This was our purchase order. Okay, I have clicked on this, and then I have clicked on execute. Once I click on execute, all the details of this purchase order will be appearing over here. See, you can see this was a purchase order, raw material standard at 25 quantity at the rate of 100 per unit, and so for the raw material moving average as well. Now, what else? What do we need to do? At the goods receipt level, we need to ensure it matches the purchase order level. And when we do that, we need to, at the goods receipt level, we need to mention that, hey, yes, it is as per the purchase order. The quantity is as per the purchase order. So how you will do that? You will select this. Okay, the line is got selected. Remember that this column, okay, is not yet selected. Okay, so you have selected this. Okay, raw material standard, and then you need to come down. Just select this. Okay, and let us come down. At come down, go to quantity. Okay, once you click on quantity, okay, just click over here and see quantity in delivery node. So the delivery node basically mentions that how many quantities being delivered. Okay, so we are mentioning 25. Okay, same quantity is being delivered, 25 kg. Okay, and then you click on item. Okay, once you click on item, okay, okay, then you go above. You see the item okay is now check marked automatically. Fine. In the similar manner, select the second one, enter your delivery 25 kg. Okay, now go above. We didn't select the item. Okay, so we need to again select this. Okay, come down. Here is item. Okay, check mark this. Okay, now you go above and you see the item. Okay, selected. So we are selecting exact, we are mentioning that exact delivery, exact quantity which was mentioned in the purchase order. We are receiving the exact quantity at the goods receipt level as well. Okay, click on post and see if any error arises. Click on post. And here it is. Now we have a different error. What it shows, account determination for entry ABB FR2 not possible. Now what does this mean? Just think of how this FIMM integration works. Remember, in case of FIMM integration, whatever is being posted, it is through automatic account determination. And where that automatic account determination is done, it is being done in OBYC. Okay, it is being done in OBYC. So in OBYC, we did the automatic account determination for BSA, for BSX, WRX, GBB, different account keys we used. But right now we use another account key. When we issue the purchase order, we added freight, and the freight was added through a key FR2. But did we do account determination or automatic account determination for this OBYC? We didn't do it. FR2 is basically freight provisions. It's a liability. So we also need to do automatic account determination for this. Okay, so I will just close this. And first of all, let's go and check that. So these are the kind of errors you will also face in real time. Why I'm showing you is so that you get an idea as to where a person makes mistakes and why these are quite important. Why the OBYC settings is also quite important. Prior to OBYC settings, I will let me check for freight provisions. Do I have the GL or not? So I will go to FS00 in my company code. Let me check the liability. So I have freight provisions. I already have one of the GLs, freight provisions. Okay. Let me take it as freight provisions for raw material standard. Okay. Let me take it as freight provisions for RM standard. And then we will also create one more for freight provisions for RM moving average. Okay. That will help us basically to classify between what is the freight provisions for both for different raw materials. One important thing, if you go to the control data, always remember this is an open item. Okay, this will be supported by open item management. I will show you. You see, it is an open item management. Okay, so freight provisions for raw material standard is saved. Okay, now this is for freight provisions raw material standard. I will just copy this one and I will create another for raw material moving average as well. Freight provisions for raw material moving average. I will click on this. Okay, now this is, I will go to type description and I will just, okay, raw material moving average, freight provisions. Let me just correct the names. Raw material moving average for both. Okay, let me just save this. So we have got to raw material standard and raw material moving average. Okay, we have got two of them. So just to correct this description, it should be same raw material standard and raw material moving average. So we have two freight provisions, 100,505, 100,506. Freight is being charged against what? It is charged against raw material. So in OBYC settings, we need to use the valuation class of raw material standard and raw material moving average and assign these GL accounts to it. So let's go to OBYC and I will choose FR2 condition type. That's what the error was. Where is the FR2 condition? Just check it. FR2 here it is freight provisions, isn't it? So go to freight provisions FR2, enter a chart of accounts, click on enter. Now click on valuation modifier, valuation class, click on save. Once you click on save, now valuation modifier is nothing but it is our plant. ABB2 is our plant. Valuation class is of raw material standard. Okay, so we took our raw material standard account for raw material standard. What is the freight provisions? 100,505. Okay, this is what it is. And same for raw material moving average, we will do that. 100,506. Correct? Here it is. And I will save this. So I have done the automatic account determination for freight provisions as well. This is what the error was. So now let's see, does this error goes away in MIGO? Earlier we received this error. You can see the error is account determination for FR2 not possible. I will just scroll to the right and will show you in a much better manner. Account determination for entry ABP FR2 not possible. So now we have done that. We have now done the automatic account determination in OBYC. Let's go and click on post. Okay, and it shows that the material document 6000010 has been posted. That means now we have posted a material document. Earlier we posted a PO. Now we have posted a material document called as 6000010, and against this material document, because a goods receipt has been done but the invoice is not yet received, but what is the accounting entry at the time of goods receipt? This is quite an important thing to check. Okay, so we have the material document 6000010. Let us go to display now and understand if we really have something. So this is the material document 6000010, and we are within MIGO only. We have not changed the T code. We are within MIGO. We have just changed from goods receipt to display material document, and let us execute this. So once I execute this, this is basically the material document it shows. And if you want to display, if you want to check what is the material document, you can check it from here, what has been done. So you just need to go to this scroll down, to this drop down menu and just select the display option, and you will be able to see the material document. Okay, so that is quite an good thing which you can see it from here. Okay, now what next? So besides it, we also need to see the accounting document. But if you want to see this data further, you can also click on to this plus icon, and you will be able to see how much quantity, what was in delivery note, what was in purchase order, and who is the basically, what is the purchase order number, who is the partner, that is the vendor, and all that stuff. You can check it from here. This will give you an entire details of the goods receipt. Okay, this is one thing. Okay, now we also need to check the accounting document, that what is our accounting document. So from where we will be able to check the accounting document? Okay, now I will tell you that. So to see the accounting document, what we need to do, we need to just go to the doc info. Okay, this is the document info. If you click on that, then you have the option of FI documents. Okay, click on these FI documents. Once you click on the FI document, you will be able to see what documents have got generated. You have got accounting document generated, a controlling document, a material ledger. So we will go and see first of all what is our accounting document. Click on that, and now you can see this is what we need to focus on. This is quite an important thing, and you will realize that how the things have taken place. Now, I said the very first entry is because there is a goods receipt, the invoice is not yet received, vendor is not yet into picture. If the vendor is not yet into picture, entry is first for raw material standard account debited to GRIR clearing account. Okay, how much it was for 25 quantity at the rate of 100, so 2500. Now where is the freight gone? Remember, as I said, there are two types of price. One is the standard price, another one is the moving average price. In case of standard price, the price remains constant throughout the month. You do not change the price. So even if freight was added to the raw material, it didn't got added to the raw material price, rather it went to the price difference. We we basically configured the automatic account determination for PRD key in OBYC. So there, that's how it worked. It didn't got added to the raw material price. The freight didn't got added. Freight was 5%, 125. It didn't got added to the raw material price, but it went to the price difference, GL, and the credit is freight provisions. That's what for we also did the automatic account determination just now. So price difference got debited, and outstanding freight, because that still needs to be paid. The invoice is not yet generated. That has got created with 125 rupees. This is for raw material standard. What about for raw material moving average? In case of raw material moving average, I said the price keeps on changing. So the difference of the freight has not gone to the price difference. The difference of the freight has got added to the raw material moving average. So that was 2500 for raw material standard. And in case of raw material moving average, we had the freight of 4%. And you can see for the raw materials moving average, you have 2600. In case of standard, it was 2500. 125 the freight, 5% freight was transferred to PRD. But in this case, as there will be no PRD, it's a moving average price. So the price automatically got changed. 4% here in be added, it got changed, and the 100 rupees got added to the raw material moving average. Correct. GRIR clearing remains the same with 2500, and freight provision gets created with 100 rupees to balance the entry. In case of standard, price difference got debited, freight provisions got created. Here in raw material moving average itself has got debited, and freight provisions has got created with 100. So that is the difference, and that's why we created two different GLs of freight provisions to make you understand how this basically impacts. So this was basically the goods receipt as to what happens at the goods receipt level. Okay. So now what is the next step? Let me go back. Okay. Okay. Now this is basically details of the controlling document, which it shows, okay, what is the cost element and how it has been processed. So we'll not go into this right now, but let me go back. I will exit this. Okay, and it also shows you the material ledger. Okay, as to how the material ledger has got impacted. Now material ledger, you can see what is the material ledger saying. It is saying 25 units have came in at 2500 for raw material standard, and for raw material moving average, because the freight also got added to moving average price, 2600 units have came in. So this is how the material ledger is impacting. If in case the material ledger would not have been productive, all these things would not have been possible. So this is how the material ledger works. So this was all about goods receipt. Now the next is invoice receipt against the goods receipt, and how that will work. What are the changes in that? Let us go and check in invoice receipt.